Enter the realm of football's greatest icons, where Lionel Messi, a living legend, takes center stage. Recently, the World Cup triumph adorned his illustrious career, but now a new deal has raised eyebrows and stirred controversy. In a groundbreaking agreement with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Messi became the face of a lucrative partnership, aptly coined the Messi deal. Amidst a storm of criticism, the burning question lingers: does he truly need such ventures? Today, we delve into the intricate details of this high-profile alliance, unveiling the truth behind the spectacle and unraveling the enigma surrounding Messi's decision. As the sun descended over the vast open sea, Lionel Messi found a spot at the boat's edge, stretched his legs, and posed for a photo to mark the beginning of his public collaboration with Saudi Arabia. He shared the picture with his enormous Instagram following of over 400 million on May 9, 2022. Accompanying the image was a caption in 2 languages saying, "Exploring the Red Sea, #visit Saudi." Just hours before, the Saudi tourism minister had warmly greeted Messi upon his arrival, boasting on Twitter that this was the first visit, but certainly not his last. Messi, widely regarded as one of the greatest soccer players worldwide, was beginning to reap the rewards of his new partnership. The photo opportunity in the Red Sea likely brought him a hefty sum of approximately $2 million, serving as the initial step towards fulfilling his multi-million-dollar agreement with the kingdom. According to a previous undisclosed version of Lionel Messi's contract with the Saudi Arabian Tourism Authority obtained by the New York Times, the details of his well-paid endorsement deal are revealed. The contract outlines that Messi could potentially earn up to 22.5 million euros, approximately $25 million, over a span of 3 years. Surprisingly, this substantial sum is for relatively minimal work, including a few promotional appearances, a handful of social media posts, and enjoying fully paid trips to Saudi Arabia with his family. During these visits, he's expected to share pictures with his large online following using a hashtag approved by Saudi authorities. However, there is an important condition outlined in the document. Messi must refrain from making any statements that could damage the reputation of Saudi Arabia, a nation that has faced widespread criticism for its human rights practices. The revealed details of Lionel Messi's agreement shed light on how the wealthy nation of Saudi Arabia utilizes its resources to engage prominent athletes and enhance its global image. Critics refer to this strategy as sports washing, as it involves using sports and famous athletes to mask concerns regarding human rights, treatment of women, the Jamal Khashoggi incident, and other authoritarian actions. In recent years, Saudi Arabia has invested billions in acquiring significant shares in various professional sports ventures. This includes purchasing a Premier League soccer team, hosting championship boxing matches, securing a spot on the Formula One auto racing calendar, and even making a bold entry into professional golf. To further boost its sports influence, the kingdom has offered massive sums, totaling hundreds of millions of dollars, to entice renowned soccer stars like Cristiano Ronaldo and Karim Benzema, among many others, to participate in their domestic league. While Messi declined a similar offer and chose to join Major League Soccer's Inter Miami in the United States instead, there is no indication thus far that this decision has strained his relationship with Saudi Arabia. In fact, he appears to be keen on maintaining a positive rapport with them. In February 2021, shortly after signing his contract, Lionel Messi sent a letter to Saudi Arabia's tourism minister, expressing his sincere apologies for being unable to fulfill a scheduled visit. The previously undisclosed letter, written in a formal tone, referred to the minister as "Your Excellency." Messi, in his letter, expressed his deepest regrets for his absence, but explained that as a professional athlete, he had obligations he couldn't ignore. Specifically, he had a league game against Real Betis followed by a match in the Spanish Cup while playing for FC Barcelona. Eventually, Messi did make visits to Saudi Arabia as per the terms of his contract. The most recent visit occurred last month, about a year after his initial Instagram post promoting Saudi tourism. These visits, like the previous ones, would have earned Messi a significant sum of money, likely in the millions, according to the provisions of his contract with the Saudi Tourism Authority. Up until now, the details of Messi's agreement with the tourism authority had been kept confidential. It remains unclear if the contract reviewed by the New York Times is the current version of the deal. The document, dated January 1st, 2021, was signed by Messi and his brother Rodrigo, who acts as his business manager. However, it doesn't bear the signatures of Saudi officials. This information was shared with the Times by an anonymous source who had direct knowledge of the arrangement but wasn't authorized to disclose specific details. The details outlined in the contract align with how Messi had utilized his social media platforms to endorse Saudi Arabia in his previous visits to the country for promotional purposes. The contract explicitly lays out Messi's responsibilities and the corresponding payments for each. Messi would receive approximately $2 million, equivalent to nearly 1.8 million euros, for a minimum of one family vacation lasting 5 days each year. Alternatively, he could opt for 2 shorter vacations of 3 days each. The Saudi government would cover the travel expenses and provide luxurious accommodations for Messi, along with up to 20 family members and friends. An additional $2 million would be paid to Messi for promoting Saudi Arabia on his social media accounts at least 10 times annually, separate from his promotion of the vacations to the kingdom. Approximately $2 million more would be allocated for Messi's participation in an annual tourism campaign. The initial campaign, a visually stunning desert video, was jointly shared by Messi and the Saudi authorities in November. Messi would receive an extra $2 million for engaging in charitable work and making appearances. These terms reflect the specific obligations and corresponding compensation outlined in the contract between Messi and the Saudi Tourism Authority. When approached for discussions regarding the details of Messi's contract, Pablo Negre Abello, responsible for Messi's commercial deals, cited confidentiality clauses present in all of Messi's agreements. Abello suggested reaching out to the Tourism Authority for further information. However, despite multiple requests for comment, officials from the authority did not respond. Rayco Garcia Cabrera, a former soccer player who facilitated the meeting between Messi's management and Saudi officials, including the tourism minister, mentioned that the deal's value was relatively small compared to the massive salaries being paid to stars like Ronaldo and Benzema. Nonetheless, Garcia highlighted Messi's endorsement as a tourism spokesperson, emphasizing that Messi believes in Saudi Arabia and its vision. In summary, due to confidentiality clauses, limited information is available regarding the specifics of Messi's deal. While some individuals involved acknowledge its comparatively smaller value, Messi's endorsement signifies his belief in Saudi Arabia and its aspirations. When news of the deal surfaced, it sparked skeptical comments and various viewpoints from the public. People questioned why Saudi Arabia would enter into such an agreement to promote their tourism. Some individuals expressed their skepticism by making remarks like, "Come enjoy sunny Saudi where the beaches are scorching hot, traffic rules are ignored, eating during Ramadan is forbidden, women must fully be covered, and alcohol can lead to severe punishments, such as imprisonment or even execution. It's like a must-visit for terrorists." Additionally, some criticized the country by stating, "Getting paid more for an extended, all-expenses-paid vacation gives the impression that the country is undesirable." On the other hand, there were individuals who supported Messi's decision and made comments such as, "If someone offered me $25 million, I'd also sell out and claim to believe in Saudi Arabia. Can't blame Messi for taking the deal, to be honest." However, there were opposing voices as well, with statements like, "Considering his existing wealth, he can indeed be blamed for endorsing such a terrible society and government. The money's not life-changing for him or his family. It's an appalling display of greed. For what?" In my personal opinion, I believe Messi's decision to enter into this deal is unwise. If Ronaldo had taken a similar deal, the online backlash would have been intense and merciless. Messi is already extremely wealthy and doesn't need to work another day in his life. Yet he willingly associates himself with a regime known for brutally murdering journalists and engaging in other questionable acts. Saudi Arabia, in my view, is a highly undesirable place. They unilaterally manipulate oil prices to fund infrastructure projects that are unlikely to be completed. Moreover, they have a track record of committing human rights abuses and attempting to divert attention from their dismal state through sports washing. In recent times, we've witnessed a growing trend of football players transferring to the Saudi Arabian League. While Ronaldo's move was a significant turning point, it's important to note that he made the decision towards the later stages of his career, where seeking a lucrative paycheck in a less competitive league is more common. However, what has followed is the surprising shift of young players in their prime opting to join the league as well. For instance, Ruben Neves recently made the move, and there are ongoing talks about potential transfers involving players like Lukaku and Bernardo Silva. With their immense wealth, Saudi Arabia is successfully transforming their league into a more competitive one. This development raises curiosity about the future and what it holds for the league. We're yet to see the full extent of the changes and their impact on the global football landscape. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments below.